Hi guys. Hello. Let me just tell you. I just tried to go live on my desktop and my face was warped. It was like I don't even know what to call that. I won't even say like a 180, but like my face was like on a different whatever. If anybody has ever gone live and know what I'm talking about, how the heck do I fix that? It's kind of like when you take a selfie on your iPhone and then it turns your face around. So crazy. So I have to do this from my phone again. Because what I want to do eventually, good evening, hi Juan. What I want to do eventually is go live both on my Instagram and my Facebook. So, simultaneously at the same time, so I can reach more people. Okay. I'm just sharing my video. Let me see if I can go on Instagram live online on my desktop. Can I do that, guys? Does anybody have any experience doing that? We shall find out. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I don't think you can. No. Darn. Okay. That's okay. Because, hi, thanks for the likes and hearts. That's okay because I am here on Facebook after being on a little bit of a hiatus. So let me take some water. I've been busy, guys, but not in the busy that you think. Not New York busy, right? Okay. So, for people that are new to me, my name is Justine Muzzy. I am an intuitive and spiritual coach. I help people heal through intuition, spirituality, Eastern philosophy, universal law, so people can live in freedom and truth. I also am a big supporter of spiritual awakening and empaths. An empath is somebody that feels very deeply. If you resonate with that, please let me know. I do a ton of topics. I'm an empath myself. So, nice shirt, are those feathers? Yes. Oh no. Oh no. The water I just drank fell on my shirt. I got this for $2 here in Cambodia. I'm just loving it here. Southeast Asia is really where it's at. But it kind of ties a little bit into my life. For those who haven't been watching me, I'm actually originally from New York City, and I am in Southeast Asia for 3 months, taking a little trip to decompress and really reconnect back with myself and something bigger than myself. And actually, it ties into the spilling water on yourself is a good sign, I think. I think the title of this live kind of explains a lot. Yay, so many new faces. So good to see you guys. When you're in desperate need of yourself, you tend to do desperate things, right? So, and when I say when you're in desperate need of yourself, I don't necessarily mean self-care, which I do. It's probably like 25% of what I'm talking about. So last week I took the time to rest because the time difference has been really messing with me, and I've been sleeping in like 4-hour increments, and it really caught up to me, and I was just really trying to connect back with myself, and I didn't feel energetically the best to do the lives, so that's kind of why I've been a little bit MIA. Now, I've been utilizing that time not just to, hi, thanks for joining, not just to decompress and sleep, but to get reconnected and really figure out what my issue, I don't even want to say issue because that alludes to a problem, but what is really my next move in life, what's my next aligned move, and what is going to be my focus when I get back to New York. And I've been really, really thinking about this. And when I say in desperate need of myself, what 75% of that I'm saying, I need to return to my highest self. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I talk about highest self a lot. And what your highest self is your true self, who you really are, not who you are on the surface. So if you want to get technical, I'm not really Justine Lezzi, right? I'm, my highest self. I'm my soul reincarnated, and I happen to be Justine Lezzi in this lifetime as a human, right? And if you want to look at it that way. A little trippy, but that's what it is. Your highest self is your soul. It's who you are at the core of it. And everybody is love, right? So when I say in desperate need of myself, I also mean returning back to love. So making sure that I respond with love, make sure every action I participate in is just returning to love. Every negative emotion that I have is I hopefully more quickly than usual, quicker than usual, getting back to love as soon as I can, basically is what I'm trying to say. And I'm sorry, I just, just can't find the words. So you said the magic word, human. Right, like we're living our human lives here, but so I've been really, really thinking about, what my next move is, like when I go back to New York and why I feel so disconnected and how to get connected. And I've been really thinking about, because I just had this conversation with someone about what they're meant to do in their life, and they don't feel that they're on an aligned path. The first thing I have to say to that is it's hard to explain, but you are always on the path because you can never actually veer from the path, because everything that feels aligned and misaligned is part of the plan. So you can actually never derail from the path. Give me some hearts and likes if that makes sense. There are paths and ways to go that feel more aligned, but you are never veering far off of it, because it's not possible, because everything that happens to you for a reason. If you feel a little lost at that moment in time, that's what you're intended to do, right? The universe is intending for you to be lost, most likely so you can be found, right? So if you're in a really bad situation right now and you feel a lot of pain, you're most likely going through that, so you know how to build yourself back up. I know that's what happened to me, and I do notice that it is a pattern with pain, right? We go through a lot of deep emotional pain for that reason. But when we kind of figure out, where we want to go, I know I got my calling very, very quickly during my spiritual awakening. And I've been praying for it for years. Please, universe, please, God, show me what I'm supposed to be doing. What's my passions? What is my purpose here on earth? And I finally got it, right? So I always joke with people, be careful what you wish for. But I got it, and that's half the battle, right? Is actually knowing what your purpose, what your passions are, and the other half is actually executing it. But a lot of people say the first half is the hardest, but I think that the second half is even harder, because once you get the vision, once you get the path, once you get the purpose, the how is not always the clearest, right? The what is now clear, but the how is a little bit unclear. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about, and the answers lie with reconnecting with myself. And I knew that, right? I knew that, which is why I came out here to Cambodia and Southeast Asia, is because I know that there are no answers for me externally. So if I take myself, you say the second magic word, passion. These are all great words. So I knew that I would have no distractions out here, and I wouldn't have a choice. So I'm kind of like cornering myself here, but for me, I work the best that way, to be honest. I'm like a person that does extremes, which is why I study spirituality, right? Because like I don't really know balance. It doesn't really come very easily to me. I have to work on that. But yeah, it's a little extreme that I came out here all the way to Southeast Asia to get reconnected with myself, but it's working because, I've been meditating, and for the first time the other day, I felt like I got reconnected for the first time in a really, really long time. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing too is that I'm letting go of what I thought was the path, meaning that I have the passion, I have the purpose, I have what's another word? I don't want to keep saying path. I feel like I keep reusing it. I have the passion, I have the purpose. We'll just leave it at that. I have what God intended me to do, and I had also on this side from the mind what I thought I should be doing as far as how to achieve that. But the truth is that I've been using a lot of my mind. I've been looking at a lot of other people that are where I want to be and trying to emulate what they're doing. But the truth is, intuition always wins. And you guys know I love talking about intuition. So when I bring it up, I love talking about it. But it's really the end all be all, because it's actually what I should be following, as opposed to the mind and looking at what other people are doing and just copying them. Or following them. The whole point of this is to be a leader, and I didn't get a calling to be a spiritual teacher, healer, for me to follow what everybody else is doing. I believe that I discovered I was a light worker to create consciousness on this earth, and it's not going to be the same way that other people are doing it. So you just need to, you said the third magic word, purpose. You love all these words, huh? And that's what I really need to focus on. And I need to return to myself and really understand myself as far as what feels good to me, what feels good as far as next steps go, and then really just executing on those steps. So, I'm so blessed that what happened to me, my spiritual awakening, my spiritual awakening. But really, at the end of the day, that's half the battle, because if you know what your purpose is, but you don't know how to execute it, it gets a little confusing and can get very frustrating. And those are some feelings that I've been having. But I think that's very, very typical for a lot of people that know their passion but don't know exactly how to execute it. But the thing is that, yes, I said intuition is really, 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 really key here, major key. My DJ cat. I cracked myself up. I'm sorry. You said the fourth magic word, focus. Yes. But if you're having a hard time empowering your intuition, listening to your intuition, I encourage you to trial and error. I don't know if there's a better way to say it, but if you feel that there's a way to go, do it. And if it doesn't work and it doesn't feel good, then pull back. Like if there's like a type of resistance and it's not flow, that means that it's actually not the way to go. So that's like an actual good way. And that's more philosophy, to be honest with you, as opposed to spirituality, is that philosophy is just keep trying and trying and trying, and if it doesn't, if something doesn't feel aligned or something doesn't feel good, it's time to pull back. But the only way that you'll actually know is by doing it, right? And that's in philosophy they say that's how wisdom is created, right? So I think that's important too. So if you're having a really, really hard time, you say, Justine, I really can't listen to my intuition. I can't, I can't focus, et cetera, et cetera. Try this other way. You will get a lot of answers. And what I always say is that you find out what you want by figuring out what you don't want. So, it's almost like process of elimination. So what could really keep you stagnant, you have these two options, intuition and then trial and error. The one thing that you said the fifth magic word, intuition, yes. And meditation, yes. You want to listen to your intuition? Get into a place, sorry, I got a text. I got distracted. Get into a great meditative place, and then you can really listen to your intuition very, very clearly. That's why I'm really just trying to get reconnected, so I can listen to mine more clearly. The one thing that could really, really keep you stagnant is not doing anything, right? And last week, I wasn't really super active in my business and my spiritual teaching and all that good stuff, but it was really mostly to do self-care. And it's really, really important to recognize quitting versus self-care, right? Because quitting versus resting is like completely different. So I know people could feel discouraged at times, but really when feelings of discouragement come in, try resting. I'm telling you, it's like pretty much the best advice I could give you is just try resting. And more often than not, you're burnt out, right? And I think that's a lot of the reasons why I came here as well, right? I'm feeling like a little burnt out. New York City, it'll do that to you. By the way, I like your t-shirt. Thanks. I bought it for like $2 here in Cambodia. It's amazing. It's a little oversized, but it is what it is. But yeah, so the worst thing I think that you can do is just stay stagnant. It's important to make strides every day, especially if you don't know the how. It's important to just try to move forward with a positive, step, and just into the step in the most aligned, feeling good direction, and try to do that. And if not, right, the trial and error path, then rest and unattachment sometimes. Yes, like get yourself out of the situation so you can actually see it clearer outside of it. I agree. So yeah, there's the path of intuition and then there's the path of trial and error. Whatever works for you, but it's both paths are going forward. So just to let you know. So that's what I've been doing, guys, since I haven't been on here. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. Have you ever had a passion, a purpose, and you just needed to really reconnect with yourself, especially, guys, if your business or what you are supposed to be doing is directly tied to your higher self? Like, for example, for something that I do, or if you're becoming a motivational speaker or another type of healer, or doing something that directly correlates to your higher self, which is always the best purposes, right? And it's usually coincide together. It's important to reconnect every once in a while, to really remember what you're doing. Why are you on this path? It's not going to happen overnight. The things that you want that are connected to your purpose are not going to happen overnight. And I think it's important for people to understand that, and that having to be reminded is a very, very typical, normal thing. So anyway, I've ranted enough. At least I feel like I have. But I wanted to come back and tell you guys why I haven't been around, what I've been doing, reconnecting with myself, remembering why I'm here, trying to figure out the how of how to get where I need to go, and really just, returning to my highest self, returning to love, remembering who I am, truly am, higher self, right? And just making sure I'm on my aligned path, right? So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, cool. I am going to head out, and I hopefully will see you guys tomorrow. I always say that, right? And then sometimes I don't come on. I'm committing to it this week, so I'm definitely gonna come on next week. I'm gonna do some journaling. The 6th magic word, reconnect. Yes. Maybe I'll do some more meditating after this, but we shall see. Okay, guys, thanks for jumping on, and please share this if it resonates. And I encourage you guys to look at your own lives, look at what your purpose is, and look at how that you're, the how and how, the how of the fruition of this coming together, and question it if it's not working for you. That's really kind of what I've been doing lately, and I've been having epiphany after breakthrough after breakthrough. So I've been busy. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining.